So I thought I would do a little video diary of Norway. So I've been here for like 2.5 days. I just came from Florida where it's really hot and humid, and then I had like a 9-hour flight to Norway. I was really never planning on coming to Norway, but it was just the cheapest place that I got a ticket to in Europe. So far it's been good. So after 9-hour flight, I had to take a 7 or 8 hour train ride from Oslo to Bergen. And I decided to spend most of my time in Bergen because of the fjords, and Oslo seemed nice but seemed like a big city. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go straight to Bergen. And originally I had an overnight train, but I messed up and I didn't realize that my flight was arrived the next day and whatever. Usually amateur right there, but you know, sometimes that happens. And so I had to take a day train, and I was kind of disappointed because I just felt like the overnight would have just saved me a hotel stay, and I could have spent the day in Oslo. But it turned out really well because I'm so excited I did it in the day, because it's like a little mini tour of Norway. So that was really cool. And they went to glaciers and all the countryside, and I got to see all of that. So it was just it wasn't a day, a worthless day, because it was your own little tour. And I the way I did that, I just booked online 3 months in advance, and I got the tickets for $40 from the airport. It's $30 if you go from Oslo, but otherwise they sell for over $100 for these tickets. But if you do it in advance, they're a lot cheaper. And so then I got to Bergen, I don't know. And it is just a beautiful city, seaport city. So I slept the first night at Bergen guest house. It's $34 a night, which is the most expensive I've ever spent for a hostel ever. Again, I'm traveling by myself, so I have to stay in hostels, and I feel like hostels are just way more expensive when you're by yourself in Europe than they are normally. So if you're traveling in a group, just get a hotel and then split the cost there. But I'm not, so I have to get hostels that are expensive. But Norway should be the most expensive place for hostels in Europe. So the first day I just kind of walked around the city, seen what was going on. It's a cute little city, but definitely just I was so paranoid. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have 2 days to get everything done. And yeah, it's a pretty small city. It's the second largest in Norway, but it's still pretty small. So that took a half day, and then I kind of want to do something with the fjords. And there's this Norway in the nutshell thing, and I was a full day tour, so I was gonna do that second day. But then I was kind of was looking it up, and I already did half of the tour by taking the train ride from Oslo to Bergen. So I saw all that, and then I really thought it was a tour. It's $150 for a day tour, and I thought that was really expensive. And I read online that it was just transportation, there's no tour involved. You just a bunch of tickets, a boat and stuff, boat, train, bus tickets, and you just kind of get herded like cattle. So I didn't do that. Instead I did just a boat trip. It was $60, which I think it was expensive, but I feel in the States it would be a similar price. The other thing about the fjord cruise was that it had really good reviews on TripAdvisor and stuff. And I was I have to see some fjords. I'm in Norway. That's the whole point of coming, is to see the scenery. So I went, and it was a half day tour, so that was good for me. So I wasn't taking a whole full day out of my 2 days. And honestly, I don't know if I'm just too young. I feel people over the age of 40 would love it. And I think I'm a bit spoiled with traveling because I've seen some very beautiful places, and Norway is beautiful, beyond beautiful. But I've seen other beautiful places, and I just thought Norway was gonna be prettier. Is that like snobbish? Like, it's pretty, but I want it prettier? I don't know. I mean, it probably didn't go to like the best fjord ever, but it's still, I felt like, I don't know, I lived in New Zealand for a year, and New Zealand's way prettier. And just other places I felt like kind of chilly was the same. Even like in Wisconsin Dells, that river was probably just as pretty as the one here. So yeah, so that was kind of, oh, and then I was cold. That was the other thing. I was just really cold, and you know how much I liked being cold? Not at all. So that was my day yesterday, and of course I was like so excited because I wasn't jet lagged at all until I got on the boat for this fjord trip, and then I just wanted to fall asleep. So then I went to sleep at like 7 p.m. and I woke up at like 9 p.m. and then I just couldn't get to sleep. I think I like just laid in bed for like till 3 a.m. because I just couldn't sleep. But I was so tired, and I don't know. So that was yesterday, and then today I was like, I'm in Norway, I need to go on some hikes. So I'm just hiking around Bergen. There's a few mountains that I was told to hike to, but I can't seem to find the right paths. So there's some paths, so I'm just walking around listening to my audiobook, listening to Dark Places. It's by the same author, Julian Flynn, that wrote Gone Girl. It's pretty good, so I just want to keep walking. But beautiful scenery, way better than that stupid cruise that I took, and I'm out in nature. As for the weather, it's September 21st right now, so back home it's like summer, but here it's like, I like it. It's a good temperature for hiking and stuff, as long as you have like a light coat and like hat, and sometimes I have mittens, it's fine. But it's not overly hot, which is good, but it's not overly cold either if you're not on a freezing boat. As for prices go, when I was in Florida, I bought like a ton of Pop-Tarts and granola bars. Actually, my friend gave me some granola bars, so I just been eating that. Yesterday I had some reindeer sausage, and that was about $7 for like a hot dog, so that was a little bit expensive, and it just tastes like a brat. It wasn't anything special, but I just wanted to say I tried reindeer. And then I haven't really been, I just been eating really sugary Pop-Tarts and granola bars, so I'm just on the sugar high like all the time, but it's free. And then Subway has a good deal if you get like a sub of the day. It's probably $5 for a 6-inch, so I think I might have that to get off the sugar rush I'm having. But other than that, like prices wise, I think buses and stuff are about the same as in the States. I think food is expensive, but again, I brought food from the States, like, and it's only 3 days, so I'm just not gonna eat very much. But yeah, overall, Norway's been pretty good to me. Again, I thought it was gonna be more beautiful, but it's still freaking beautiful. So I'm off to London tomorrow to go to Harry Potter Studios. So yeah, Norway's been good.